And the cool thing about this is like when you're short stacked, like you are gonna have like better equity realization, like especially with like these like Broadway X cards, like so like we're defending like every king here. We're defending most queens and then most jacks.
So, yeah, that's against my natural instinct. In that, if I'm short stacked, I tend to really tighten up, and I'm guessing that's really not optimal.
Yeah, definitely, because we all we gotta do is catch a piece, you know, like
And then go with it.
yeah, and like you know we with like Jack X, Queen X, King X, like we can, if we ever catch a king, a queen, a jack, it's just like gold. It's so gold, especially when we're considering like a super wide button open like
Uh-huh.
this guy's got chip lead in the tournament, I think, too.
Oh, okay.
That's my alarm.
Glad it's not the fire alarm.
Jesus Christ, Lappy. That's not a way to wake up, man.
I don't know how many times Fallon had to call me to wake me up actually today.
At least it's not your ringtone.
I know, right? That would be alarming. Pun intended.
Ha ha ha! That's real cute.
But yeah, that's something that I probably don't do nearly enough of just considering, catching a piece and
Yeah.
going with, especially if I didn't catch that he was the chip leader, so he's got to be, opening really wide.
Yeah, so like
And wide
our like we're probably this is like, so I'm gonna take out all the hands that we're shoving here.
shoving pre.
Yeah. So I think
The thing with it too, Casper, is it doesn't change the utility of your stack. Putting in another big blind doesn't really change what you can do in the next hand or the hand after.
Right, and I don't consider that a lot, so I need to start thinking about that.
So like I would be I would be just like jamming all these hands that I'm unclicking. I'm gonna be putting in pre. So all this Ace X, all of this like Broadway stuff, all this suited Broadway stuff, all these pairs. I would just be putting in pre here, versus button open, and then we can just defend all of this stuff that's in yellow. And Melissa, what she said was really true. It doesn't change a darn thing for us. And we're going to be against a very wide range, and we're just going to make better decisions than our opponents post flop. And so, like, definitely super plus EV defending all these hands, taking this big blind defense strategy of three bet jamming some hands. Actually, okay, so like with aces,
maybe take out aces
and kings, queens. So like, we can like talk about our strategy with those hands, being off of like a little bit less than 20 here. We can still 3-bet, like not all in. Like I guess we'd 3-bet like 36k, 38k, something like that. That's like 2.5x. What's your strategy, Melissa, with that? Are you maybe like flatting aces too? Like we can even flat aces actually here, and then maybe like take kings and queens, and 2.5x those bad boys.
I mean, definitely, at least some of the time we need to be. I think it kind of depends a little bit on this person's stats, but.
So we only have like 22 hands on this guy. He's 36, 29, 17. Not surprising. Been very active. So I think that would tend to like.
I mean, since his range is so wide, I probably will flat more of those just so we can get likely another C-bet out of him. And if he does flop anything, he'll probably go with it because of our stack. So,
right.
I mean, this is.
And you're going to be heads up too.
So. This is a really good spot to flat those.
Yeah. Do you flat jacks too?
Probably not jacks. I think
do you rip it, or do you like 2.5x that? Because that feels a little wrong to me.
Which?
To just rip it.
Yeah. I mean, really, jacks and tens, to be honest. Maybe like queens, jacks, and tens, we should be like 2.5xing, giving him a chance to shove if he wants.
Like to shove on us or to flat us, like, because like you think this guy really cares about 36k when he has 440k.
Exactly. I mean, he's already
16k.
He's already put chips in, so he's not gonna fold.
And the whole big blind versus button dynamic that exists, that that all of us know about. Like, oh, they know I'm opening so wide on the button, they're just clicking it back at me, seeing if I really have it. Like that kind of stuff. Like that meta, I feel like that meta is pretty prevalent. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I know. I think that a lot. Which is why it's so great when you actually have it on the button.
Exactly, or when you have it on the button, or when you have it in the big blind, and it's like
and then in the reverse.
So yeah, I like that strategy. We defend here. Super tempted to just not fold here, but like, what are we gonna do with king deuce off? Like, just toss it.
Yep.
Like last thing I want to do is fold. When I mean, because if we look at the flop act, like we could just and we know that the range is gonna be so wide. Like if I had the deuce of diamonds here, I'm absolutely not folding.
So on that board, if you're on the button with king jack, are you betting that?
Am I betting this? If I'm against me, I am. But if I'm against,
I mean, that's a good point.
If I'm against the recreational, I'm not though. I'm checking back, letting our opponent hit their equity, also induce some bluffs.
Right, because he actually, if he defends and hits a 6, he's betting a lot of turns.
Mm-hmm. And or draws 7-5, 8-7. There's a lot of stuff. I think though, because we block Jack X, which is top pair here, it's really hard to get value from a lot of hands.
Right.
And we can let them catch a piece, and we're not really afraid of like too many cards. Like I guess a queen or an ace, but like our opponent probably rejams most of their ace X pre, and that leaves them like some queen X that probably isn't even that scary, honestly. So really not any scary cards out there. So I'd be very happy to check this combo back and take it to a turn in river and try to get some value out of our hand, exploitatively, of course. If we're playing against like Melissa or Searchy Claus or myself, we probably want to quarter pot it here and give them some rope to.
What did he bet? I didn't catch that.
16k. Yeah, I don't like the bet. I think we need to just be going smaller here. If we're going to be betting, we need to go like 12k, 11k, 10k even. Like this board just doesn't super like. Yeah, we have 6x, 4x, but it doesn't like smash us. So
right.
I think we just need to check back and or go even smaller than 16k here if we're gonna bet. Like, I'd be more happy here to bet like these hands.
Mm-hmm.
And like betting these hands. Or even like these hands. And then betting King Jack. Yeah, when we have a 6 and we don't have a jack, we make it, we obviously make it more likely, or we make it so there's more combos with jack X, but like we're not really afraid of that. We're gonna be betting all of our like worst pairs here for value, for equity denial, and then also just for protection. These hands here are all very vulnerable, and
Right.
and they can get value, but they also need a lot of protection. Like if you imagine if we have like ace 6 here, how many bad cards are there on turn?
Mostly all of them.
Right?
Right.
And so like we can still get value from like a 4 and a worst 6 and 7-5 and 8-7 and ace X.
Yeah, I've been finding spots like to get like really like on rivers to get thin value from like when it runs out right, to get value from like worst 6s or ace 4 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In little spots.
Yeah.
Cool.
Especially
Pretty cool.
Especially when your opponents will like, okay, so like both live and online actually, this is the case. Where like your opponents will lead here if they have a jack, or they'll check raise you with the jack, or they'll check shove with the jack, or any of those things. When they don't lead, when they don't check raise you, like we can just like tap them really, like
They never have a jack.
Yeah, in certain instances, exactly. Like, especially if you've been at a table with somebody for a while, you've been watching them, and you've been seeing them lead out with like top pair and stuff all the time and whatever, or check raising top pair. Like, when they just call, like, you could even consider going, depending on the run out, you could consider going 3 streets with a hand like 7s, 8s, 9s, or like ace 6 even. Like at least 2 streets though. 2 streets of like decent value. Our opponents just most of the time, like recreational opponents, are just going to, they're going to telegraph like their hand strength to you, and it's going to be very, very easy to play against. And we're gonna be able to just outplay them because of that, and because of all the other strategies that we employ. So yeah.